My name is Joey Blanco with the RWB Realty Group, and thank you for joining me today. So, in today's video, I want to talk about treatments, repairs, and replacements, the good old TRR. So after you've made an offer on a home and it's been accepted, typically you have around 10 days, unless you negotiated more or less days, to do your inspections. And when I say inspections, it's inspections and review. Always remember the review part of it. We could talk about that a little bit later. But inspections, okay? So you should always hire a home inspector. Always, even on new construction, just to go over the home, because typically you've only viewed the home once, maybe twice for 30 minutes, maybe an hour. And so before you remove the contingency for inspections, you want to get a home inspection done. And so you're going to hire your home inspector. He's going to go through and he's going to come back with this 40, 50 page report. Okay? This is what these guys get paid for. Now they have to write up all kinds of things. Okay? Their license to be a home inspector requires certain items to be written up. So normally, even on a new construction house, it's going to be a laundry list. Okay? Now, one thing you need to know is that this laundry list isn't a list for you to just turn over to the seller and say, I want everything fixed. Okay? That's not really how it works, and they'll probably tell you to take a hike, more than likely. Okay? This is mostly informational, but it also lets you know, are there some hard-hitting things? Is there structural items that, because you didn't go into the attic whenever you were looking at the house for the 30 minutes that you did? Are there structural issues? Are there roof issues? Is there something wrong with the HVAC? Hard-hitting things is really what we're looking at, okay? So you're going to get this report, and then you're going to go over it with your realtor, hopefully, and pick out what are the items that are no-goes, okay? If the HVAC system doesn't work, maybe that's a deal breaker for you, okay? And maybe you want that repaired before you move forward. Things like that, okay? Word of advice for you, please do not come to the seller with 20 items that you want them to take care of. You want them to recaulk the window. You want them to do this or that. Just concentrate on the deal breaker items, okay? And this will make the deal go through a lot easier for everyone, all right? Now, maybe there are some things that are deal breakers to you, but they seem nitpicky, and that's fine. But just know that you do not use the TRR as a laundry list of things that you want fixed before moving forward. Okay? Now, I said that we would talk about review. Now, in the contract, and I'm talking about the Oklahoma contract, it says that the 10 days are to be used for inspections and for review. Okay? Now, review is very broad. Maybe you hadn't had a chance to drive around the neighborhood at 9 o'clock at night, okay? Maybe you haven't had a chance to review the HOA rules. I mean, review is very broad. You drive around 9 o'clock at night and you notice there's people partying all the time. Well, you can get out of that contract. You could say, look, I reviewed it and this property is not for me. I did not know that they have block parties every Tuesday night at 10 o'clock. So we're out. It's not just for an inspection and that you find, oh, the HVAC doesn't work, I'm out. It's also a time to review. So remember that, okay? And I believe that's all I have for you today. Just a real quick video to talk about the TRR. And just remember, it is not meant to be a laundry list of things that you want repaired for the home. The TRR, you really should just be hitting on the deal breaker items for you. And lastly, let me just talk about how we can remedy these things. Typically, you'll say, look, I want the HVAC repaired before closing. And if they agree to it, they'll have the HVAC repaired, they'll provide a copy of the receipt, and everybody's happy. Another thing that they can do to remedy is they say, look, we don't want to deal with the HVAC, but we will give you a X dollar amount credit and you deal with the HVAC. And then you're going to be up for a decision. You know, do I want to deal with it or do I want the seller to deal with it? You can go either way on that. In my mindset as a buyer, with an HVAC system that's not working properly, it could be all kinds of things. I would probably plan to replace the whole thing. You know, when you get into it, maybe you open up a can of worms and you thought it was going to be $6,000, so you accepted a $6,000 credit, and now it's $8,000 because it needs all new ducting. So just know that. Maybe during your inspection phase, you bring in an HVAC guy and you get an estimate, and then you use that for the TRR. Based on this estimate, I would like a credit of X amount of dollars. And then you know what you're getting into. Now, if I am the seller, I'm going to want to give a credit instead of fixing whatever it is broken. And for the same reason, you might get into it and it's a can of worms, and now you got to fix this and that. And where I would have rather just given the credit, here's $6,000 and you take care of it. So, you know, it just depends on what side that you're on, but that is a remedy that you could do. Again, if you ever have any questions on anything, feel free to reach out. You can reach out in the comments below. I check those regularly. You can reach me directly. I'll leave all my contact information below, or shoot over to my website, www.therrwbteam.com, and reach out that way. Fill out the form. We promise not to spam you too much. So thank you for watching. Again, if you like this kind of video, please like the video and subscribe. It helps it get out to other people in Oklahoma, people moving into Oklahoma. Okay? Thank you. See ya.